Good evening, fellow racers. Welcome back to Aero League Racing's Tier 1 drivers in the Gran Turismo 7 Championship. This is Season 13, Round 2. We're here at Bathurst. We join the guys here in practice. Qualifying will start around 8 PM, so we've got about 3 minutes left to go. So currently in this practice session, Jay Ramos is holding the fastest time at the moment for 2 minutes 7.90. Capel currently sat in second place. Jack third. Ben. Then we've got Capellero, Coldman. They're in the GT40. We've got Owen. We've got BX Royal, Gilles, Arix, and Zico. So we've got a few guys yet to join the lobby. I think we're missing Viking. Who else are we missing? Let's try and work it out. So I think we're also maybe missing Skinsy. I remember seeing Skinsy last week. What a great opening round that was last week as well, wasn't it? Very, very close racing. Indeed. Give you a quick rundown through the standings if I can find that quickly before qualifying starts. So
Briefing you chat. The downhill will be the death of a good few tonight.
death of him, or a death of a good few tonight. Yeah, it's all about keeping the car steady, trying to not to unsettle it too much on the curbs. Easier said than done. That as you come down through Skyline there, very, very sketchy part of the track. In fact, Kep is going to be starting the descent as we speak, and you can see he's becoming a little unsettled already. Managed to steady it up a bit, but yeah, the cars, they do want to become quite unsettled through there. Still trying to find the standings. Bear with me. GT standings, that's what we was looking for. So, after the first round, coming into this round, which is round 2, as I said before, we have Owen. Owen actually at the top of the table at the moment in that Toyota. Why have I got this coming up here? Toyota FT1. He's on 28 points. Arix not far behind him though in second place with 27. We've got CMP in third place with 24 points. Fatban is actually tied with him with 24 points. We've got Kep in fifth with 23 points. BX is sat down in 6th at the moment with 21 points. We have got Jack there in 7th place with 18 points. We've got Zico 8th with 16 points. Arix is 9th. Wait. So we've got 2 Arixes there. So yeah, we're going to go with Bosworth. Bosworth in 9th with 15 points. Then we have Capel, 11th place with 13 points. Skinsy in 12th with 5. Gilles in 13th with 4. So I think this is actually qualifying now. The dude is in 14th with 2 points. And then the rest of the table are on 0 points. But this is qualifying. Find BX as he always seems to, yeah, he's out already. Always at the front of the field going into qualifying. And obviously he will start his first flying lap before anyone else. Ben's still in the pits. Oh no, he's coming out now, so I was thinking maybe Ben possibly on a quali ban or something, but he obviously isn't, so that's all good. So BX is making his ascent into the mountain now. The uphill stretch. There he crests the summit. It's going to be all downhill from here. Watch out for them kangaroos, BX. Oh, he's kept it really nice and smooth through there, though. Car not really becoming unsettled at all. As I say, this is just the outer lap, though, so BX is going to be looking to try and get towards the top of the table, I'm sure, for this week. Try and maximise on points. He is the current reigning champion, Tier 1 champion. Obviously, it was Iggy the season before. So we've got Ramos, not far behind BX at the moment. Zico, Jack, Capel, Bosworth, Owen, Kep, Coleman. Oh, everyone's getting a little bit congested there. I think Owen trying to create a bit of space before he starts his first flying lap. CMP, Gilles and Ben. So we have only got 12 races this evening. That was what I wanted to have a look there. Zico up there in third. So BX will be starting his first flying lap as he crosses the start finish. There he goes. So hard braking into turn one, probably down to second gear. Get the turn then back up to third. Now on the approach to turn two, he's going to be braking around the 100 metre mark. Maybe a little bit later if he's feeling brave. Again, down to second, I think it was there. And this is the ascent into the mountain now. Second gear through that left-hander. All too easy to get it. A little bit out of shape on the exit. Almost grazing the barrier there. Keeps it nice and tucked in on the apex. Cresting the top of the mountain now. We've seen a few kangaroos around here before. Maybe we'll see some UFOs as well. I know there definitely has been one spotted in the past. At the moment though, BX, the only UFO we can see on track. As he comes down through Forest Elbow now. Onto the back straight. Small uphill climb here, and then back down the hill once again. Hard on the brakes here, probably third gear. Yeah, keep it in third gear, float it through the corner. Nice little chicane section that. Down into the final turn now, probably second. Some may even favour first to get the turn in. But then they'll be straight back up into second gear. There we go, he crosses the line with a 2:6.56. So that's a good time there for BX. Ramos currently second place with a 2:6.56. No, 2:9.47. Then Capel a whole second behind with a 2:01.956. Nearly into the 2:02s there for Capel. Sat in third place currently. Zico, Zico looking like he's going really slow at the moment. Perhaps he's ditched his first flying lap. Maybe he's just going to try and, get some heat into them tyres and go again. I do believe that's probably what he's doing. And Gilles manages to go into third place, provisional third at the moment for Gilles in that Nissan GTR. 2:1:917. 9 tenths off of Ramos though. BX at the moment only 2 tenths ahead of Ramos. He may want to... Oh, he looks like he's taking damage on that car as well. He must have clipped that front left-hand side somewhere. He's got damage to the wheel as well. He's gone now. Obviously, only light damage in these races. So Ramos is currently provisional second. Gilles currently provisional third. We got Capel sat currently in fourth place. He's going to be looking to improve. Zico, that's unlucky there. Zico currently on a 2:02.136. Base up, what is that for? He's just picked up 3.5 seconds worth of penalty. He's not going to want to be doing that during the race. That is going to completely spoil his race if he does. Bosworth currently sat in 6th with a 2:02.203. Owen is currently sat there in 7th place. I'm sure he's going to be trying to improve. Obviously sat at the top of the table at the moment, but he, in this qualifying session, only on a 2 minutes 2:3.64. We've got CMP currently sat in provisional 8th. Ben in provisional 9th. All in the 2:02s at the moment. Coleman yet to put in a time in 10th. Kep with a 2 minute 10:808. It says he's 7.4 seconds off the back of Coleman, but Coleman's still yet to put in a time, so I'm not sure how that works. It's obviously a little bit of a glitch there somewhere. And Jack currently in 12th with 2:31.805. So I believe lap, what was it? Lap 1 or 2:06.01. Bosworth manages to slip into first place. He's only 900ths quicker than BX though. He's done a 2 minutes 5:62. He's actually setting purple sectors once again. We'll stay on board with Bosworth and see if he manages to improve on his lap. As I say, currently sat 900ths faster than BX Royal. BX looking to try and maximise his points in this round. Off to a bit of a shaky start last week. Bosworth looking really settled at the moment in that M6. Oh, as he has a little tag with a barrier there, it looked like. He might have got away with it. Perhaps he hasn't scrubbed too much time then. No, he has. He's definitely down through that sector. That definitely cost him. I think he was still up until that moment. And this is the sketchy bit here, coming through this snaky sector on the approach to Forest Elbow, which can also catch you out a little bit sometimes. Sometimes the rear wants to step out under braking. So yeah, Arix, I don't think he's going to improve on his time this time around unless he puts in a blistering final sector. He's just come through the middle one now. The penultimate turn, or the penultimate chicane. Down into the final turn. And he actually does. And he's managed to go 0.2 faster than BX. BX is going to be chasing that now. I think this might be BX's first flyer after that pit stop. He's putting a fresh set of rubbers. And he's trying to go once again. I fancy he's just lost a tiny bit of time through this sector though. He was up on his previous. But that has also dropped Gilles down to 4th. Still not a bad starting spot though for Gilles. Into the 9th minute now. Into the 9th minute. 1 minute to go in this qualifying session. And BX has actually gone purple there. Can he nail this final sector? It's all on this one here. These last couple of turns now. Well, that's chicane and then down to this final turn. Come on, BX, what can you do? Looks like he's got a really good exit there. Is he going to go faster? And he doesn't. So yeah, definitely losing a tiny bit of time there through that final sector. Still not a bad starting place though, starting in 2nd place, provisional 2nd for BX. So at the moment, as the grid stands, we've got Bosworth, provisional pole. We got BX Royal there in 2nd place. We got Ramos in 3rd, Gilles 4th, Kep in 5th. Oh, Kep into the barrier. Oh, dude, what's going on? Ben in 6th, Capel 7th, Zico 8th, Jack 9th, Owen 10th, CMP 11th, and Coleman in 12th. So is that going to be it? I think that is it. I think that's going to be your grid going into the first race, the 15-minute sprint. Like Gilles actually managing to improve on his final lap there, but not enough to be able to topple Ramos from that third place, so he'll be starting in fourth. So that is your grid. Bosworth on pole, BX in second place, Ramos in third, Owen fourth, Gilles in fifth, Kep in sixth, Ben in seventh, Capel 8th, CMP 9th, Zico 10th, Jack 11th, and Coleman in 12th. So that was a cracking lap there, wasn't it, from Bosworth in the M6. What a fantastic machine that car is. I've probably said it a million times now, but it is one of my favourites, or one of my all-time favourites.
You'll be fine, Gilles. I'm not here to make you spin today.
Skins, hello mate. What's going on, Skinsy? Why aren't you here today? So Skinsy not racing this evening. I thought we was missing Skinsy. I know we're definitely missing Viking as well. So that's racer 13 and 14. I think we did have 15, didn't we? Obviously, I'd take the 16th spot, being the commentator. Ah, no worries. No way, Skinsy. Unlucky man. Well, hopefully you'll be back next week. It's good to see you on track again. Obviously in Tier 1 this season. So this is it.
Yeah, I'll be back lighting up 15th place next week.
Hey. So Skinsy will be returning next week. And this is it, guys. This is the first race of the evening, the 15-minute sprint race. Let's get into it. The lights are out and they're off. And I think it was actually, oh, so what happened there? Did BX manage to steal pole in the end? I think he did. So starting from pole in the end, BX, he's going to try and make a getaway from Bosworth, but Bosworth hot on his heels in second place. He's also got his teammate there, Ramos, to back him up in third place. So the two BMWs in a really good position at the moment. And Bosworth looking like he's piling on the pressure early. He's right up on the gearbox of BX, coming into the turn 1 now, turn 2 should I say, on the ascent into the mountain. And BX doing really well at the moment actually. Looks like he's starting to get away on the uphill section. Bosworth dropping back to 5/10 now. But he is keeping it fairly consistent. Capel. We'll have a look, Skinsy. We'll just have a quick run down through the grid. So BX still holding the lead at the moment. Bosworth in second place. We've got Ramos in third. Owens there in fourth. He's being hounded by Zico, who's in fifth place in that Nissan GTR. We have got Gilles, his teammate, in sixth place in the other Nissan GTR. Kep is there in seventh. He's in the Lexus. We've got Ben in eighth place. CMP is in ninth. We've got Jack in 10th. Coleman in 11th. And Capel all the way down in 12th. What's he doing down in 12th? Shenanigans aplenty. Maybe there was an incident we didn't see early on. But BX starting to stretch that lead now to 7 tenths, 8 tenths. Obviously it does mean that he will have to fight his way through the pack in the endurance, but maybe he's got it all worked out in this one. See how much you can conserve them tyres. So Bosworth still putting on a chase at the moment. He's dropped to 8 tenths, but he's not given up lightly. His teammate though has dropped down to 4th place. Owen has managed to take 3rd. So Owen up to 3rd. Will he be able to go and help his teammate up at the front? In a good position to do so. It's Ramos starting to go for a move now up the inside into turn 2. Oh, it is. Oh, so Skinsy says tyre wear is lower in the sprint this season. I think we probably touched on it at the start of the season, but as you know, I can be fairly forgetful. I should have notes, but there you go. Bosworth still on the back of BX there. 1.1 seconds though, the gap has stretched to now as they come down the mountain for the second time. Ramos still holding that third place. Oh no, he's managed to get back past Owen, so we missed that overtake. He's managed to get back past Owen, and Owen looking like he's in a little bit of trouble now. Zico all over the back of him. Zico is looking for the move. He's trying to set one up. Owen defending really well though. Zico has got his teammate there, Gilles. Gilles getting hounded by Kep now. Kep there, only 1/10 behind. He's going to be able to go for a move now. Gilles is holding that inside line. He's going to have to try and make one work around the outside. But he's got it done before this penultimate chicane. That was a great move there from Kep, setting it up early doors. He was right up his gearbox coming out of Forest Elbow and just used the slipstream to get past him. Reese says, come on Gilles. So Gilles now dropping to 7th place. But is he going to be able to get a run on Kep as Kep did the previous lap? You never know. Ben there in 8th place. Ben looking like he's looking quite hungry.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not bad, mate. Yourself? Hopefully you're good, buddy. On this dreary Monday evening. So CMP there in 9th. Then we have Jack. Bit of a gap back to Jack in 10th. Capel has made it up to 11th place, so he's gained a place. Coleman now down to 12th in that GT40. But this man here, BX, 1.4 seconds is the lead now. He's actually holding the fastest lap currently. Almost getting a little bit out of shape there. It's looking like he's used a bit more of his tyres there than Bosworth, trying to stretch that gap, stretch the lead over the field. But Bosworth doing really well at the moment to try and stick with him. He's actually pulled out a 2.9 second lead over his teammate there in 3rd place, Ramos, who did lose 3rd place momentarily to Owen, but he was hot on the heels and managed to retake it. I think it was through Skyline. Wasn't on the exit of Forest Elbow. Owen still holding that 4th place though. He has still got Zico all over his bumper. Zico looking quite fast. It looks like he's got the better momentum coming out of turn 1. He's going to be able to look for a move into turn 2. Owen cleverly holding the inside of the track and moves over to cover the inside. Yeah, it was good defending there from Owen. Oh, it looks like almost making a mistake there. He almost made a little error opening the door momentarily. I think Zico thought he might have been able to slip through, but the door closed very quickly. So Kep still there in 6th place, trying to close that gap to Zico up ahead. It's down to 9/10. And that Lexus actually looks very settled, doesn't it? Coming down through this windy downhill section. Oh, Gilles, no! He's done it, hasn't he? He's gone and picked up 2.5 seconds worth of penalty. That is going to damage his efforts in this sprint race. Maybe it'll help him out though for the feature. He's going to be starting towards, well, a little bit towards the front of the grid, isn't it, if he doesn't make up any more places. And he actually lost 4 places there. Down to 11th place now. Is he going to lose that place to Coleman as well? Yeah, Coleman gets past with ease. Really, really hurt Gilles, that did. Unlucky Gilles. If he doesn't manage to make up any positions though, he will be starting on pole for the feature. But at the moment it's looking like BX maybe going to hold on to the win in this first race, in the sprint race. Still early doors.
I leave faced with tears of joy.
Nearly 8.5 minutes. Reese says as soon as he comes in the race. No, I don't think it's you, Reese. I'm sure Gilles managed to pick up quite a big penalty in practice as well when we were watching, so managed to keep it clean though, didn't he, through quali? But yeah, that's not good. That's unlucky, Gilles. I'm sure he's going to claw it back though, dude. I'm sure he'll score some big points in the feature.
Sounds about right.
But it's one of them tracks, it can be very unforgiving. But BX has now got a 2.3 second lead over Bosworth. Bosworth is still trying to work on that gap, try and reel BX back in. His previous lap 4, actually the fastest lap he's done so far, 2 minutes 778, which is only 0.2 off of the fastest lap at the moment. So maybe Bosworth just trying to save a little bit of his tyres to go for a mad dash towards the end of this sprint. But he's starting to let BX stretch his legs a bit. But the BMW lads doing well in this first race, the sprint race. Second and third at the moment. Ramos still holding on to that third place. He's 2.1 seconds ahead of Owen, who's still managing to keep Zico behind him. Zico looking for a move now though, look at it. He was looking up the inside there as he coming into the final turn. Not quite close enough to go for a move, almost losing it on the exit there. I think he got a little bit of curb, maybe a little bit of grass. Looking up the inside now into turn 1, he's going to be able to get a move done, no. Owen stays ahead. But he nearly made a slight error there on the exit of turn 1. That's allowed Zico right up onto his bumper again. He's almost pushing them along now as they come on the approach to turn 2. I think that's possibly the closest battle we've got on track at the moment. But look at him. Owen still holding the inside. Zico's going to have a look around the outside. Can he get a switch back? Not that time round. But it is starting to heat up now for 4th place. But Owen looking like, yeah, it looks like he may have done enough to be able to keep that 4th place for the meantime. He's got a bit of breathing space now over Zico. Zico may be making a slight error into turn 4, that sweeping left-hander. All too easy to light up the rears on the exit. He's keeping that gap consistent though, isn't he? If Owen makes any mistakes coming through this downhill sector, he will surely be right on the back of him, and it does look like he's closed that gap already. So Zico confident through this downhill sector here into Forest Elbow. Oh, Owen nearly losing the rear now. It's brought it close once again. We'll go on board with Zico, see if he manages to get the move done. He's all over his bumper now. Look at the Minecraft decal there of Owen. And he's pulled alongside. Still side by side. But Zico's managed to do it. He's managed to win that position. That was a fantastic move there from Zico. Not really a lot Owen could do there. Owen is fighting back though. Zico is going to have to hold that inside line. Creep up onto the back of him as well though. They're going to have to watch it. It may become a three-way battle for 4th place. I think 1st, 2nd and 3rd is sewn up already, but this battle area really is starting to heat up now, isn't it? Owen still right on the heels of Zico. And he's actually putting a purple sector there. Zico holding it on the inside line there. As Owen managed to do around the outside. No, not that time. Owen! He's managed to hold it. But that's allowed Zico the breathing space that he wanted. Started to stretch that gap to 9 tenths. And Owen now slipping into the clutches of Kep. Kep Older over his bumper there in 6th place. Owen dropping down to 5th. What a brilliant sprint race this is turning out to be. We're into the 13th minute now. 14th even. Man's bad at counting. And Kep looking like he was maybe going to take that 5th place away from Owen, but Owen looking like he's found his legs once again. He's managing to stretch that gap, keep consistent, hold on to that 5th place, maybe try and re-challenge for 4th. CMP sat in 7th place at the moment. He's trying to close that gap to Kep up ahead. But tyres looking like they're going to start saying no soon. Ben holding on to 8th place at the moment. 8 tenths off of CMP with Jack behind him. In 9th, Jack with a bit of a moment there. Is that going to allow Capel to go for a move? Capel looking hungry now. He's up to 10th place. And Jack looking a little bit shaky now. Capel's going to have a look up the inside into turn 1. Maybe not the place he wants to do it, but he's going for it and he's managed to get it done. He has managed to get it done. That's unlucky there from Jack. He's just going to have to try and stick with him. Capel now up to 9th place. Can he try and challenge Ben for that 8th position in the final minute of this race? So Coleman there in 11th place and Gilles still down in 12th. So this man here ascending the mountain for the 8th and final time. 3.6 seconds is the lead he has over the rest of the field. He pulled out a corker in qualifying. We didn't see the qualifying lap, but he managed to steal pole position, it looked like, right at the end. And he's managed to cement first place from the start here. Completely dominating this first sprint race. The first race of the evening. He comes through the final turn. The crowd know they're in for a good feature race. There he goes across the line. BX in first place. We've got Bosworth coming home in second. That was a great result there for Bosworth. Ramos in third. Zico, he's going to cement that 4th position. Well done, Zico. Owen 5th. We've got Kep in 6th. CMP 7th. Ben is 8th. Jack in 9th with Capel 10th. Coleman in 11th and Gilles in 12th. Well, that was race 1, guys, and what a race that was. What a battle we saw there between Zico and Owen. That was an absolutely fantastic race, or fantastic bit of racing, should I say, between them two guys, keeping it really clean. We did see some great moves, didn't we? Well, that was the first one out of the way anyway. Obviously, as always, your next race being the 40-minute endurance. And I'm sure it's going to be a good one. There's normally a couple of minutes wait in between races. I think some of the guys probably going to try and test out the mediums, unless it's going to be a soft medium race. I can't remember the rules now. I think the rules have been relaxed this season, so I think it's trying to open up different tyre strategies for the lads. I actually think force strategies kind of work. Sometimes, you know, if you say, oh, you've got to run mediums or you've got to run hards for 10 minutes or something, do you know what I mean? Like, can be quite interesting, because then obviously you definitely have to pit anyway if you're going to stay on the softs, but I suppose it's how long you can make the softs last. So we can see a couple of people chucking on a set of mediums. Four people currently on mediums, 5. In fact, there's a few, isn't there? Who are we missing? There's only 11 people in the room at the moment. Did somebody forget to buy tyres? So we're just in short practice now, waiting for the feature race to begin. I think some of the guys are going to be wanting to try and test out the mediums as they come into this feature race. Obviously in the endurance race, as I say, the tyre rules being relaxed this season, I don't think you're forced to use any compound. I think strategies are open. But obviously everyone's probably going to be wanting to do the one stop, isn't they? So probably trying to conserve a bit of fuel, maybe run the mediums in the first stint, softs in the second stint. When the car becomes lighter, a little bit easier on the tyres. Or will we see people go medium or soft medium? Will we see the hards come into play? We didn't see last week, so you never know. Maybe somebody's feeling brave. So BX just put the message up there, starting soon. BX, don't start it yet. I'm literally just running to the toilet, if that's alright. 2 seconds. Oh my god, and he has as well, isn't he? Oh my days, I said don't start it yet. It's lining up on pole in this feature race, the 40-minute endurance. And it is underway. We are go, go, go. So Capel leads the field into turn 1 for the first time. Jack with a little bit of slide there, sliding it through the exit. Then we have Ben, CMP, Kep, Owen, Zico, Ramos, Bosworth, and BX there in 10th, Coleman 11th, and Shields in 12th. Oh yeah, of course, it's only the top Was it a top 10 that get reversed or something? I can't quite remember. But Capel at the head of the field, looking like he's under pressure now from Jack. Jack looking for a move early doors in the opening lap. Oh, so it's the top 10 are reversed. Well, does that work then? Shouldn't have BX, or did BX get a really good start? Oh, so BX may be making up 2 positions off of the start there. But how does that? No, because Coleman should have been towards the front, shouldn't he? So yeah, a little bit of a confusing reverse grid. But there you go, Capel still holding the lead of the race with Jack there in second place. We got Ben. Capel finished 10. Oh, so what? Okay, so Capel finished in 10th, but somehow that puts him on pole. Yeah. As I say, weird reverse grid. It's Jack looking for the move. He actually managed to get a move done. I think there was tiny bit of contact. There's cars off in the background. Who was that? I think Bosworth was off. He's managed to rejoin. Who else was off? Oh my gosh. Zico. Oh, Zico and Bosworth. What happened there? Oh dear. Shenanigans aplenty coming into this feature race. So Jack. Where's Capel? Yeah, down in third place. Jack now in the lead of the race. He's opted for the softs in the first stint. Maybe trying to get away from the medium runners.
There were people trying to finish last. Now if you finish last place for the feature.
Okay. Right, I see. Yeah, so you have people sandbagging to get first place in the feature. I see what you're saying there. Okay, it kind of makes sense in a way. So yeah, anyway, cheers Skinsy, thanks for that. It sort of makes a bit more sense in my head now. Hopefully it makes a bit more sense to the viewers as well. I'm guessing most of the guys probably racers for Aero League racing, so probably understand the rules anyway. Obviously I only race with you guys on a Sunday in the F1. Oh bless you mate, you ain't a scrub. You got pace dude. You wouldn't be in tier 1 if you didn't. So yeah, Jack still holding that first place at the moment, but he has got Kep to contend with now. Kep 5 tenths off the back of him, and he really closed up there through Forest Elbow, almost running into the back of him. Managing to hold that gap though. He's right up his bumper, he's looking for the move now. Jack's going to hold the inside line. He's going to show Kep the long way round. Is Kep going to take the lead of the race here? Who's going to have the bigger kahunas coming into this penultimate turn? And Jack manages to keep the lead. It looked like Kep backing off slightly there, perhaps not wanting to make contact, I'm sure. But they both live to fight another day, and Kep, he's really good under the brakes, isn't he? Or in the braking zones, really closing the gap up once again. Actually taking the fastest lap there with a 2 minutes 2.382. So a cracking little battle starting to form here at the front. Then we got Capel in third place. We got Gagler cars behind. Ramos there in fourth, holding up. It looks like CMP and Owen. Who's going for a move on who there? He's forming a rolling roadblock. In fact, the lucky moved a few times there. Ramos still holding on to that fourth place. He's managed to close that gap now to Capel, looking to try and challenge for third. Owen there in fifth. There's a train of cars here. CMP there sixth. BX is now up to seventh place. So BX carving his way through the field on their medium tyres. We have Ben there in eighth. Gilles in Gilles in ninth. Coleman 10th. Zico in 11th place, but he's got a second's worth of penalty to serve. We have Bosworth in 12th. So Jack doing really well at the moment, but how long can he make them softs last? We're only 5 minutes in. And then right-hand tyres starting to look a little bit second-hand. He's got 9/10 gap though now over Kep, so he's definitely putting the work in. Setting a purple sector there. Approaching the end of lap 3 now. Actually getting the not as good a exit there as Kep through that final turn. Kep managing to start to close that gap once again, down to 6/10. Oh, a little bit squirrely there again from Jack. He actually did have the better momentum out of that turn though. Kep now dropping down to 9/10. He's going to be wanting to try and stick in that slipstream range. He's got a nice bit of breathing space though over Ramos, who is now 4.8 seconds off the back of him. He's opted for the softs, so yeah, the front three opting for the softs. Then we have Owen, the first of the medium runners, actually only 8/10 off the back of Ramos as well, so doing really well at the moment on them medium tyres. We got Capel in 5th place, 6/10 is the gap there. BX now up to 6th. So let's stay on board for a minute with BX. This is the current Tier 1 champion. He obviously finished, or he won, didn't he? The sprint race that we just saw, the 15 minutes. Looking to try and maximise on points here in this second race. Oh, and Capel's picked up 2 seconds? So the track limits, penalties, very, very harsh around here, Bathurst. And he's going to lose that position to BX anyway without having to serve that penalty, so BX moves up to 5th place easily. As I say, carving his way through the field now, looking to try and maximise on them points. He's almost onto the back of Owen already. 9/10 is the gap up ahead to Owen. He's actually on the mediums as well. CMP now under pressure from Ben. Ben 3/10 off his rear in that Aston. He's going to look for a move here into the final turn. CMP's covered it off early. Good defending there. Ben maybe is going to have the better run here though as they come down to turn 2. Also putting in purple sectors through that first sector. And he is still all over the back of CMP at the moment. Then we got Coleman. Coleman has found his way to 8th place. Where did he start? I can't quite remember. I think he was last, wasn't he? He was down in 11th or something. So yeah, he's made up a few positions, doing better in this feature race. He has got Gilles to contend with though. Gilles trying to make up for lost time. I thought he was going to start on pole, but obviously it's different rules, whatever, reverse grid this season, so he didn't start on pole. Currently in 9th place, trying to take that 8th away from Coleman up ahead. Bosworth back to 10th place now. There was a bit of a moment, wasn't he? He was off the track at the start of the race, finding himself down in 12th place. He's now made it up 2 positions. Capel finds himself in 11th, and then we have Zico in 12th. Oh no, Jack! I think Jack losing the car slightly. That's allowed Kep the advantage to get through there. Oh, and in fact, I'm not sure if maybe there was a tiny bit of contact there. Looked like Jack was flashing his lights. Unless Jack's in fact on the controller. I've seen him flash his lights a few times tonight. But Kep becomes new race leader. Triple Aero.
Jack's on controller.
Ah, yeah, okay, yeah. So Skinsy said Jack's on controller, so maybe he's not. That's not angry flashing at all. You do often see that, yeah. You do often see that from controllers. Jesus Christ! So he's on controller. He is rapid, man. Fair play, Jack. I was never ever that quick on controller. I'm faster on a wheel than I was a controller, and yeah, still not as fast as you lads. But yeah, fair play. So Kep still in the lead of the race. He managed to take the lead of the race on that previous lap, didn't he? Jack making a slight error. He opened the door. Kep just jumped through it. So Jack is now down to second place. He's got Ramos to contend with now in third. Ramos only 5 tenths off the back of him. Ramos looking like he's going to go for the move anytime soon. He's trying to set one up, isn't he? Jack's got to keep it consistent. He's going to have to defend his butt off. And Ramos having a look now around the outside. But Jack manages to keep that position. But Ramos is looking strong at the moment. The top field. BX is starting to close that gap now. And he's on the mediums as well, so I think that's the guys on the softs that maybe are going to be starting to think about their pit stops in the next few laps. I'm not sure how long they were going to want to take them softs. Working at the moment, but how long will they work for? Oh, Jack into the barrier there. Has that allowed Ramos through? He's on the outside. Yeah, he has taken that position. So that little error there from Jack has allowed Ramos through to second place. Oh, and Jack starting to look a little bit twitchy now with that tyre wear. Into the barrier once again. Come on, Jack. Stick with him, buddy. You can do it. But that gap, already 8 tenths to Ramos. As they come through Skyline for the 7th time. Is Ramos going to be able to challenge Kep for the lead of the race before they have to pit? We'll have to wait and see. He has started to close that gap already, hasn't he? We'll check back in with them guys. So BX is now up to third place. Jack is down to fourth. Jack, what happened? I think Jack may be having a moment on Forest Elbow, probably on the exit. Looking to try and retake that position though. He's having a look up the inside. He's actually managed to get that move done. But has he? No, he hasn't. BX fighting back. Absolutely cracking racing from these guys. And Owen out of nowhere. Oh my gosh. This has really started to heat up now. BX manages to hold that third position, but now Owen's starting to attack his teammate Jag. He's managed to take that position. Owen up into fourth place now. His tyres are looking better than his teammates at the moment, aren't they? Jag now down to fifth. And then right-hand tyres, the offside tyres are completely dead now. The CMP started to close the gap as well. He's definitely got better tyres, hasn't he, on their mediums. He'll be able to start challenging Jack soon. Ben there in 7th place. We've got Coleman still holding on to that 8th. Bosworth now up to 9th. He's going to be starting the challenge Coleman soon, isn't he? He's already onto his bumper. Oh, massive slide there for Bosworth. How did he hold that? I thought he was a goner. He managed to save it though. Cat-like reflexes from Bosworth. that gap has started to extend now. Up ahead to Coleman, he's got his work cut out a little bit more. Once again, Gilles there in 10th place at the moment. Also on mediums, we got Zico in 11th on the mediums, and Capel in 12th, also on mediums. So the field still very, very close indeed. Only the top three, the top two even, the top two with quite a considerable gap over the rest of the field, but they are on the soft tyres, so they will be pitting first. BX will surely become race leader once they do. He's only 6.2 seconds off the back of them at the moment. Kep still holding that first place. Where's Jack now? Jack now down to 8th. Jack now down to 8th place. I think Jack will be the first person in the pits possibly. And he is. I called it. So Kep keeping that nice consistent gap of 6/10. He hasn't got to start throwing them defensive shapes just yet, but Bosworth, Ramos even, Bosworth is his teammate, Ramos has closed that gap. What can he do? So this is the battle for first place at the moment. Ramos versus Kep. They've got a nice bit of breathing space over BX. In third place, 6.4 seconds is the gap. Ramos actually with the fastest lap at the moment for 2 minutes 1.344. I think BX is going to be able to start to see him now. Yeah, you can just see Ramos going over the crest of the hill. How much longer is he going to be able to run them mediums over the soft? Because it's looking like he has used quite a bit of them already. Oh no, he has a bit. Ooh, well held there, BX. And Kep is now into the pits. So Kep into the pits. Early doors, Ramos has favoured track position. He becomes new race leader. He's going to go for another lap or two. That's what. Oh, how did he save that? Again, cat-like reflexes from Ramos. It looked like he was a goner, but he managed to save it. Obviously, being a front-engine rear-wheel drive, that is going to start becoming a little bit twitchy now, isn't it? With them rear tyres starting to die a bit of a death. So BX now free to chase down Ramos in first place, 5.9 seconds. So the gap has come down. It was around 6.5, I believe. BX has done his way to car through the field so far. I believe he started in 9, was it 10th or 9th? He started in 10th or 9th. Obviously only 12 races this round. Owen still holding on to third at the moment. His teammate pitted early, didn't he? He was on the soft, so them softs did die a death early doors. He is going to be on fresh medium rubber now though, as there is a bit of a train still behind Owen. He's got a nice bit of breathing space though, hasn't he? Nice bit of a gap back to CMP there in 4th place. So I think CMP was up in 6th when we last saw him, so he's made up a few positions now, I do believe. And he is in fact BX's teammate. I said before I thought it was I think it was Owen, wasn't it? But yeah, Owen in the FT1. And then we got CMP, obviously in the Corvette, same as BX. Then we got Coleman. Coleman finds his way up to 5th place. Still out on them softs. Ramos is now into the pits. So that's the first of the medium drivers, I believe, into the pits. And BX is in as well. Oh no, Ramos was on softs, wasn't he? In fact, quite a lot of guys opting to go for the pits. The only guy who has stayed out is CMP. So CMP fancies another couple of laps on their mediums. And they do look alright at the moment, don't they, to be fair. And he is followed by Zico, favouring track position. Zico now up to second place in that Nissan GTR. You can actually see CMP not too far ahead of him. He's going to be starting on working to try and close that gap. Did CMP have a bit of a moment there? That gap has come down 3 or 4 tenths already. Oh, in fact, CMP has got that low fuel warning now flashing up on his dash. I don't think he's going to have to fuel save. He will probably pit this lap though. So Zico actually looks like he's got another couple of laps left in that tank. But will he follow CMP in, or will he favour track position? So we've definitely seen some different strategies already this evening. So Kep, the first guy out on fresh tyres. Currently in third place, 11.6 seconds is the gap though. 22 minutes, 22 and a half minutes in now. Less than 18 to go. So yeah, CMP is now into the pits, and Zico's followed him in, so he didn't actually favour track position in the end. He may jump CMP in the pits though, depending on how much fuel he puts in that car. He's definitely saved a bit more, hasn't he? So Ramos is in fourth place at the moment. He is going to move up to second as Kep now becomes your new race leader. There he is in first place, having a bit of a moment there on the exit of turn 1. Is he going to be able to turn this into a win? You never know, he's looking good for it at the moment. He's on the racing softs as well for this final stint. So Ramos putting in purple sectors there. He's going to be starting to try and work on that gap up ahead to Kep. He's also on the racing softs. It was around 6 seconds before, I believe. I think it has come down 3 or 4 tenths. BX 6.3 seconds. Oh, having a bit of a moment there. That's not going to help you, BX. Come on, lad. Currently 6.5 seconds off the back of Ramos. He has started to bring that down, though, as we speak. Down to 6.3 seconds. Then we have Owen. Owen's having a cracking race once again here in the feature. Currently sat in fourth place, with a lovely bit of breathing space over Gilles, but Gilles finds himself in fifth now. Gilles wants to try and keep it clean there. As long as he doesn't pick up any penalties, that's going to be some decent points here in the feature. Oh, he's got Bosworth really starting to hound him now. And there's another 2 cars behind, waiting in the wings. We got Ben and Zico also trying to make the battle for fifth place a 4-way battle. Oh, and he's starting to look for the move now, showing Gilles the nose of that BMW M6, looking for the inside line as they come up to this penultimate chicane. And he's managed to get it done. So Gilles drops to 6th place. Oh, Gilles, come on. No, he's dropped to 7th. He may lose that 7th as well to Zico. It's all unfolding now for Gilles. I think he's just lost a bit of momentum there through that chicane. And he completely opened up the door there to Ben and Bosworth. Finding himself down in 7th place now is Gilles. So Bosworth 5.5 seconds off the back of Owen. Nice bit of breathing space already to Ben, 7 tenths. Ben also on the racing softs now. We've got Gilles. Obviously, you saw he lost them positions, didn't he? All the way down in 7th now. With his teammate for company there, Zico, in 8th. The second of the 2 Nissan GTRs on track. We've got Jack all the way down in 9th place now. That's unlucky, Jack. He had such a great start, didn't he? Such a great start going into this feature. Oh, it looked like he got a little bit out of shape there again on the brakes. Capel currently sat in 10th, 2.5 seconds off the back of Jack. He may be able to challenge Jack for that 9th place. Jack looking a little bit. It's actually used quite a lot of them already. We're only in the 27th minute. Perhaps he's going to go for a 2-stop, you never know. Capel, not far behind now in 10th place. He's on racing softs. Then we have CMP in 11th. With Coleman for company in 12th in that Ford GT. Coleman keeping CMP honest at the moment. Meanwhile, Kep's managed to build a 3.7 second gap now over Ramos in 2nd place, who still has quite a considerable gap over BX, who's in 3rd. 5.6 seconds to be precise, and then 6.2 back to Owen. Got to try and find some battles on track, haven't we? Bosworth has made his way up to 5th, 4.6 seconds off the back of Owen at the moment. Then we have Ben in 6th, followed by Zico. Zico and Gilles. Oh, Zico managing to get past his teammate Gilles now. Can Gilles come back? Maybe the team's decided to swap the 2 cars. I'm not too sure. Come on, Gilles. Or perhaps the gap is close. No, it's not. I thought maybe the gap may have been closer between Ben and Zico, but it's definitely still closer, isn't it, between Gilles and Zico? 7 tenths. It does in fact look like everybody may be settling into their positions at the moment. The gap's fairly consistent between the cars, so not really any moves being made. Jack there in 9th. The gap back there to Capel is a 2nd. And then CMP and obviously Coleman. Coleman is now going into the pits. Not entirely sure why. Hopefully that's not a retirement there from Coleman. He was still on the back of CMP, wasn't he? So quite a long pit round here as well, around Mount Panorama. So Cap having a fantastic race in the moment. 3.2 seconds is the gap to Ramos. Ramos has started to reel him in though, hasn't he? He is starting to reel him in. As I say that, it looks like Kev started to put his boot in again. That gap had come into the sub 3 seconds, but he's now stretching it to 3.2. As I say that, I started to come back down. So Ramos is going to start to see Kep up ahead. You can just see him now. That's always motivation to try and close that gap when you can see the car ahead. Will he be able to challenge Kep for the lead of the race? We're into the final 9 minutes. BX still unable to break into that 6.8 second lead that Ramos has over him. Although, can he see him up ahead? Let's have a look. He can actually still see him up ahead, so that's when you start losing faith, isn't it? When you start to lose sight of the car ahead. And yeah, consistent gap now between, well, yeah, everybody all in their respective positions. Although Ramos has really started to close that gap now to Kep. It was around 3 seconds, it's now 1.2. Big moment again, once again from Ramos through that sector. The BMW just wanting to light them rear tyres up. I think a lot of these cars in the GT3 series is of a front engine rear wheel drive nature. We obviously do also have the mid engine rear wheel drive and the rears. But Ramos is well and truly starting to push now, isn't he? What's he going to be able to do? Is he going to be able to get past and Kep up ahead? Kep's definitely going to be starting to sweat a little bit, I'm sure. I can only think he must have had a moment somewhere, maybe coming down through on the descent through the mountain, maybe losing the car slightly, and it cost him 1.5 seconds. Unless he actually had to serve a penalty, perhaps he picked up a penalty for track limits. So Ramos has brought that gap down to a second almost. He's going to be starting to creep up into that slipstream range anytime soon. A battle for first place starting to heat up now. Six minutes to go now in this feature race. Race 2, round 2, season 13. With your Aero League Racing's Tier 1 drivers. And he's into the 5/10ths now. Ramos is going to be starting to look to set up a move. What can Kep do? Can Kep manage to keep that lead consistent? Or will he have a moment somewhere? And yeah, it looks like Coleman has in fact retired that car. I'm not sure why he retired the car. He was definitely still with Jack. Or was it? Oh, it was Capel, wasn't it? Capel has now managed to get past Jack. Kep has done well to keep that gap consistent, even though that slipstream has opened up now for Ramos. He's still not been able to start going for a move. He's not created any openings. But he's really starting to pile on the pressure now, coming into the final stages of this sprint race, of this feature race. This 40-minute endurance. Into the final 4 minutes now. We'll have a quick rundown once again. I just don't want to miss the move or the battle between these two. Being the front runners, this is the battle for first place. Oh, kept with a bit of a moment there, but Ramos also a big twitch of the car in sympathy. Kep's going to have to cover that inside line. He is covering the inside. Ramos, will he get a switch back here? Almost pushing Kep along through that final chicane. As we come down to the final turn, Kep still ahead at the moment. That was good defending, to be fair, from Kep through that chicane. Ramos almost losing it through turn 1. The gap extends once again to 6/10. We'll go have a quick rundown. So Kep still in first place in the final stages. We've got Ramos there in second, still chasing him down. BX is there in third place. We've got Owen in fourth. Bosworth is there in fifth. We've got Zico sixth. Ben in seventh. Gilles is in eighth. Gilles may be able to start challenging Ben for that seventh place. CMP is there in ninth. We have Capel in 10th. We have Jack 22.9 seconds behind Capel in 11th. Then we have Coleman, who is now back out on track, in 12th place. Meanwhile, Kep managing to keep that gap consistent now over Ramos. Has he done just enough to take the win here in this feature? That fuel indicator is now starting to flash. That's going to be an interesting one as well. If this turns into one more lap after this, is Kep going to have enough fuel to finish this race? Ramos not yet into the fuel indicator, fuel warning phase. And it is going to be one more lap. I think Kep's going to be on tender hooks. Ramos. His fuel indicator has started flashing now as well. Have they both got enough fuel to finish this lap? I think they might have. I think BX is on the same sort of fuel range as I think everyone is, so yeah, I think everybody hopefully. Oh, Owen's getting close, isn't he? Is he got enough fuel? Zico definitely has. Ben. So quite a lot of people with their fuel. Oh, Coleman definitely has. A lot of people with their fuel indicators flashing now. Kep has managed to stretch that gap back up to a whole second. As I say that, Ramos manages to bring it down to 8/10. Perhaps that is the difference in grip now between the BMW and the Lexus. This is the final lap of this feature race. Coleman is going to finish in 12th place. Jack finishes in 11th. Capel in 10th. And it's looking like he may have done just enough. 6/10 is the gap. But is Ramos going to be close enough to go for a move through this final sector? I'm not sure he is. I think that may well have sewn this feature race up. And well done for doing so. He is right on the fuel margins though, isn't he? It looks like he's going to run out of fuel anytime soon. But he is going to take the checkered flag here in this feature race. Well done, Kep. Comes in first place. We've got Ramos, another second place there. BX's tyres are completely shot, look. BX finishes in third. Well done, BX. Bosworth brings home fourth. So the BMW boys having a really good outing today. Zico comes home in fifth place. We have Owen in sixth. Well done, Owen. Ben seventh. Gilles in eighth. CMP finishes in ninth place. As I say, Capel 10th. Jack 11th. And Coleman finished in 12th. Well, that was the second round of the season, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one. That was an absolutely cracking feature race from Tier 1. Once again, GG's to Kep there on the win. Give yourself a big pat on the back, mate. And GG's to second and third place as well. Ramos and BX Royal rounding out the podium there. I've been your boy Vex. This has been the Aero League Racing's Tier 1 drivers in the GT7 Championship. I will see you again next week. Good night.